Hi, I'm Bonnie, and I have a son who's a junior at Loyola.
Hi,
And
I'm Rob, and I have a daughter who's a junior at Loyola.
and so we're going to talk a little bit and give you our parent pro tips on how to stay informed while your student is at Loyola. So my number one way to stay informed is I follow several Instagram accounts that just kind of give me some ideas on what's happening. And then I can just send a quick text to my son. I love following, believe it or not, Dine Loyola, which is the cafeteria, but all the time they have special events going on. And so I can send a quick text saying, do you know you can take a sushi class with chef so and so? Or, hey, it looks like they're serving waffles for dinner. And I just can kind of get an idea of what's going on. I also love following the PAC, LUC, which is the student boosters. All the time they are mentioning what the different athletic events are. And they always have giveaways for like the first 50 to 100 students that show up. And so I can encourage my student to go to a soccer game or go to a women's softball game. I also follow Loyola Chicago and Ramblin' Around. Ramblin' Around isn't officially connected with Loyola, but it highlights different businesses in the Loyola neighborhood. And it's really fun and it gives me great new restaurant ideas. Rob?
That's very cool. I tend not to be an Instagram person, but I am on Facebook a lot, and so there are several accounts that are not necessarily Loyola sponsored accounts, but there's a lot of great information there. There's stuff about housing, because as you get to the year where our students are, you can't live in campus housing anymore. So helping us find a house was a really easy way via Facebook. And then there was also one specific to our kids' class here. Um, Sometimes you'll see stuff that maybe isn't very helpful or could be sort of annoying. My suggestion on that is just scroll through if it's upsetting you and don't even engage. Just move on and let it go. I do know that there have been a couple of times where people had concerns and they didn't know where to go. And if I didn't know where to go, our group here has been really helpful. And so I just brought the information and got them information to give it back. So to me, that's really, really important. Hey, Bonnie, did you go to the family weekend?
I did go to the family weekend. So you always have great advice there and information there. I also make sure about every other week, usually every 2 weeks, we get the Rambler Families newsletter. And I definitely scroll through that. There's usually upcoming dates and things like midterms or last day to drop a class. I just like being informed on those dates. Again, just when I'm touching base with my student to just say, hey, midterms are coming up. What do the tests look like? You know, do you have a bunch of tests or projects? Just again, kind of making sure that we have conversations about some of those bigger things.
Well, and yeah, and I think the thing that I like to do with my student, a lot of times I'll see like, oh, it's time to sign up for classes. And so I'll remind her or ask her, are you ready with your classes? Because I'm not really sure. And sometimes I don't know how it is with your son, but with my daughter, I don't get a lot of information. So just that, hey, here's a little bit of a training wheel for you. I just want to make sure we're on top of this. And so to your point, I do like that to engage with my student.
I love it. So those are our tips.